Why, hello everybody, and welcome back to Pirate 101 No Companions Challenge. You're joining me as we are going into the Corsairs channel here. I always thought this channel was pretty cool. You could see a lot of old Aztecosaur ruins and stuff like that. Very nice. I took just a tiny bit of time between the recordings. I turned in our Uncle Scuttle's quest, picked up a couple of other quests there in Blood Shoals, but have not done those. Just ready to... we're going to try to knock out both of these. Should be 2 battles here at Devilfish's Hollow. I talked about Corsairs channel last episode and said we'd only come back for Captain Gun's house here and the Funky Bunch, but I totally forgot that down in Devilfish Landing there's the secret trainer, which we are going to come back for.
That's Devilfish Hollow. That dock's seen better days, but I'll wager we can tie up there. There's the dock, Captain. It gives me the shivers.
So we'll come back for the secret trainer. I believe I'm going to want to go for a hybrid, a shooty staffy build, so we will need to see the one of the trainers down there. And here I'll have to look up exactly when I can train those abilities, but it shouldn't be in too long.
Crab tracks, a lot of them. They head into that cave over there. I make out shark tracks on the floor, Captain. They go into that cave.
Alright, I decided we're going to do the shark quest first. So we'll come back here and have to run through all the silly enemies down below. We'll do that, we will do that at a later time when I am a little bit stronger and I actually need, when I can actually have a level to train those abilities.
You're not Seagull. Get them, boys. They've already seen too much.
Let's not waste any time. The Threshers, another cool shark clan. Here for Pirate 101, we have these Threshers join the Cutthroats and the Hammerheads, and I believe that's all of the shark clans that we've seen so far. I could be wrong. Again, we don't have line of sight here, so we are going to run down to where we can get some hits in. Canpo's going to hang out in the back as usual. I've been doing a lot of research recently. I want to put out a video detailing kind of the history of the Armada and all the information we see from the Armada, which is super awesome. I really enjoy the story and the lore from this game. The only issue is a lot of the Armada information, it's kind of piece and parcel throughout the game. So I really have to... it's been a while since I've played through certain areas of the game, so I'm having to go through and make sure all my information is correct and get references for all the time that the pirate runs into the Armada or the Armada is mentioned, which isn't too bad, but then I kind of have to sift and sort through all of that to make a complete storyline of when and how things happen. Just a better history than our pirate randomly running into the Armada. But it's been really fun. It's been a lot of work, but it's been fun. I have no timeline for that video because I've never done a project that ambitious. Old Moose is back, as always. I've never done a video that big or that ambitious, but I'm excited for it, and I hope it'll come out sometime soon. We shall see. After this recording, I hope to jump over and catch Halbrad live. I think he's going to go live here in a little bit, playing through his Pirate 101 challenge. Definitely check out his live videos over on his YouTube channel. Catch him live if you can. It's a good time.
You're too late. The Master's going to wipe out Skull Island. You can't stop him. The Skyway, it'll be ours again. He'll give it back to us.
Razor, how dare ye dare to say so much to this sky lover? Ye'll walk the keel for this, says me. Yar!
What the devil are you supposed to be?
What? I'm a shark, a thresher. What are ye, blind?
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am. You see only what I want you to see. I am the meanest shark to ever weigh an anchor. Yar!
Gypsy Witchdoctor, her blessing blocks spell. We see enemy's true face, not shark, shrimp.
The word is prawn. Your vision does you credit, but it shall be your doom. Destroy them!
Let me see if I can grab some health here before you defeat that guy. Just one more. So the prawns are very interesting, and I had one of my friends comment on one of my other videos and suggest I do a little bit of lore, try to break down the prawns, which would be super awesome. I do think that'd be great to look into, where they come from, how they have magic to disguise themselves as sharks, why they hope to take over Skull Island. The only issue is I don't think there's that much information out there about them. But that's something after my video on the Armada. If you're watching this, my brother, I will take a look and see if there's enough information out there to make a video on it, because I think it'd be pretty cool. I have no idea if prawns of that kind, if they show up in Wizard 101. I don't really play Wizard 101 that much, but it would be a cool thing to look into. I don't believe they show up anywhere else in the Pirate 101 story, but it'll be a fun thing to take a look at. So if anybody knows anything about prawn masterminds, if you'd be interested in helping me research, please let me know, and we shall take a look at it. If nothing else, we can break down some of the fun names and references that they give to these prawns. There's a really fun Star Wars reference coming up, and I'm sure there are a couple more in there that I missed, but a really great Star Wars reference comes up, which is really fun. We can at least break down all of their appearances in Skull Island and theorize about what we think they're trying to do. So, you know what? I think it'd be a fun video. Let's do it. Skull Island seems to be a pretty popular place these days. If you are not up to date on the lore, Monquista originally kind of staked claim to Skull Island and a bunch of other places. We can still see them in Puerto Rico and all of their colonies like the Isle of Doom and things like that, which we'll get to eventually. But it was originally by Skull Island, and then Captain Avery bought the Skull Island Skyway. Captain Avery fought in the Polarian War. That's Napoleon's war. And he got lots of treasure. We can use our new drain. I don't think we've used that before. Captain Avery had lots of money from the Polarian War, and he bought Skull Island Skyway from Monquista. And he has ambitions of turning it into... It's just a pirate haven right now, but he hopes to turn it into an actual colony. With trade and all of that kind of stuff.
Stop! You want information? Spare me, and I will tell all. You think you have won? You have won nothing. It is far too late. Our grand plan is already in motion. Skull Island will be ours.
I thought you were giving it back to the sharks.
Bah! They are useful pawns with simple, malleable minds. We shall deal with them once their role in the plan is finished.
You are unmasked, Prawn. It is time all your secrets are revealed. Tell us more of this great plan.
Oh, gladly. You puny, shellless beings cannot hope to overcome the genius of the prawns. Our pawns, the sharks, have given us their mightiest galleon, and are even now converting it into a weapon, a massive fire ship. They will sail it into the docks of Skull Island, destroying them utterly. And once all escape from the island is cut off, we shall make our move.
Fire ship, very bad. Mormo is shocked. Ship is full of blast powder and naphtha. Big boom, huge fire, all will be wrecked.
Not if we blow it up first. Tie these up and let's go.
Alright, well now that we have seen the prawns, I mentioned several episodes ago that I wanted to go over fun boss gear, unique gear, and I haven't shown anything since we first fought, let's see, Finn back in the Isle of Gloom, I think. But now that we've seen the prawns, let's see if I have it on me. Yes, we can put on the Shrimpy Shelmet. Very classy. We will put this on. It gives us Drain Magic, which I'm not totally sure how it works, but I believe if I have negative effects on me, so if people decrease my will, my accuracy, something like that, then I can use this Drain Magic and it'll take that effect away, but it will also hurt me. Or if I need healing, I can use this and it'll take away any buffs I have, like accuracy, will buffs, things like that, but it will heal me. I think that's how it works. Unfortunately, there are not too many enemies in the game right now that drain me. That sounded great. That drain, have negative effects on me. And it's such a low level, we don't have many abilities that buff us. But I would love to see a ability like this. Where are my powers? Did I not equip that? I did equip that. Is this something that just happens automatically? I'm not sure. It's just not showing up here. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, there it is. Interesting. I don't know if that goes off automatically or what. It looks like an area of effect. We'll try it out for a little bit. But this is a fun piece of gear that we can get from the Master Prawn that we will encounter in a little bit. Little fun piece. I would love to see an ability like this put on a late game piece of gear, and of course also you'd have to couple it with, you'd have to put a lot more stats on it because end game gear is so powerful now. You would have to put on it maybe an increased will, base will ability, and a bunch of accuracy, and maybe some mojo on it, dodge, things like that. But I would love to see this ability put on a piece of late game gear, because later in the game enemies are so much more, they have charges that'll decrease your accuracy, they'll use abilities that will decrease your will, things like that, and I think it would be a lot more helpful to take those buffs off even if it hurts you a little bit. So
about time you shirkers showed up. Buster wants all this in Red Hook, but wait, who are you? Get him!
So I'd love to see this Drain Magic ability put on a piece of late game gear, but to be honest, I'm not even quite sure how it works. So we'll wear it for a few battles. We will see if we can figure out how it works. But as I was saying, Skull Island is quite a popular place. I talked about the history a little bit, but the Armada is very concerned with Skull Island and with piracy. There's a chance that it could interfere with everything the Armada is doing. So that's kind of why Deacon is even in the area. He is trying to keep the piracy down. He's arresting people for illegal activities. So all the looting and plundering that we do does not affect their grand plan. And that's why we actually ended up, and Canpo, we can assume, ended up locked up in their ship, the Ubris, at the beginning of the game, the tutorial, because we chose one of the options of one of the roguish things that we had done to get us locked up there. So the Armada's interested in Skull Island. They want to keep piracy down. The Threshers, the Sharks, they want to take Skull Island back for themselves. And the Prawns have some type of plan to take over Skull Island as well. So, and the Aztecosaurs are there, just kind of hiding out. I don't think they plan on taking over Skull Island. They're just kind of hanging out. But lots of things going on. Everybody's interested in Skull Island, which is fun for us because we get to encounter all different kinds of creatures and stories and stuff like that. Old Moose is back. I'm going to have to calculate. You know what? I'll do something fun for the pets. I think I've only equipped one pet for a while before this, but I'll do something fun. Why do I keep not using my... This Jubu's Breath does even more damage and gives me some health back. I need to use that a little bit more. I will have to calculate, whenever I switch to a new pet, I'll have to calculate how many times in total that old moose showed up in battle. And I'll make something special for him, maybe in my dorm room when he gets to retire. Later on down the line. I think I had one pet equipped for this, maybe for one episode, just a level 10 pet. I'll have to recognize each of my pets and see for every time they showed up in battle and what they've done for me. I've got a little bit of an idea. I'll work on that sometime. But for now, old moose just keeps showing up, as a good kitty does.
Gordon ain't here no more. They hauled him off to Skull Island in the new hideout. It's in Red Hook Cave, and there he'll stay, too.
Alright, and with that, we are done with Corsair's channel for a little bit. I'm going to save this Red Hook Cave till last. I think that's going to be the most difficult, and we can talk about that. I think going to Skull Island is going to be the fastest way to get to the fire ship. So, talking about this crab storyline, when we go to defeat Buster Crab later on, there's going to be a battle which might be difficult. There are some enemies, we have to free somebody, and then there's another wave of enemies, which I'm not particularly looking forward to. So I'm going to save that hat just in case we want to switch back if we get tired of the shrimpy shelmet. So I am thinking that might be a difficult fight for us. So I'll save that one till last. We'll continue with our prawn storyline here. We'll hope to get through a couple more battles here maybe before we end up the episode, so we can step to it. Get a little bit of extra gold here. Maybe down the line, if we get a bunch of extra gold or feel like it, we can buy one of the houses, and one of the bigger houses, and have a good time with that. While we're on the way, I can pop in here to Remington Steel. I think there's a quest in here, and I think I can pick a quest up as well. Let's take a look. I just talked about getting a move on, and here I am doing side quests, but you know what?
Danny the Wolf Rat? Sure, I remember him. Oh, he sent you for the locket, did he? Ha! He lost it to me fair and square. Want it? Sorry, I don't have it anymore. Go catch me some batacuda for my dinner and I'll tell you where it is.
That's one of the quests I just picked up on Blood Shoals, and here's
Hey, you!
Rosie Harriet over here.
You pirate! You steal my flask? How am I to know you didn't thieve my golden flask? I don't suppose you know Dead-Eye Deirdre?
Miss Harriet, you are literally in a pirate haven. Everybody here is pirates or working with pirates. I don't know why you're accusing me. I did not steal your flask.
No, it was worth a shot. You look like the unsavory sort I'm aiming to hire to find Deirdre.
Well, excuse
She stole
me.
my golden flask, and I need it back. Rumors are she's somewhere in the Skyway. I'm offering pay for the safe return of my golden flask. You interested?
Yep, this will be an easy quest for just a little bit of XP and gold that we can knock out when we're in the Skyway next time. Probably not today. We want the fire ship, shrimp on the Barbie. Blind Mew has a quest for us too. We'll just pick all these up.
I wonder, pirate, if I might ask you a favor. Yes, I know I'm blind. The telescope is of sentimental value to me. A group of Moshu settlers gifted it to my grand. It's very dear to me. Get it back and I'll reward you. Go
I'm
quickly.
sure we'll blast some cutthroat ships sometime, get some more XP there. And I plan on doing a lot of these side quests off camera to get my level up. I will stick to the rules of the challenge, of course. Pirate's honor. Doing the battles with no companions. But I will do those sometime off camera. Get a couple extra levels, make our time a little bit easier down the line. Let's go find the fire ship. I guess they want me to go around this way. Get to see a couple cool locations we'll visit later on. Backside of Skull Island. I always thought it was neat. You could see the bridge here that you go across to fight the Troggies over there, and the Skull Cave and the Temple of Gloom there on the back side. I wonder if there's lore about giants or where this huge skull comes from. I'm sure there's something in the game about it. I don't know, I'm trying to remember the largest creatures that we see. There are no humanoid creatures that big that I remember seeing in the course of the game. We'll use a little bit of boost here. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but that would be cool to dive into that.
The fireship's about to set sail. To that gangway, quick!
That is a lot of explosives. Look at that. Enough to blow up the entirety of Skull Island by ramming this into the docks? I don't know about that, but it's a lot of explosives. If your friend had this on the 4th of July, I would step back and find some cover. That would be my unprofessional recommendation.
The interlopers. My brother warned me you'd be coming. Get them, my minions! Get them all!
And here it is, our Star Wars reference, one of the best in the game, Grand Admiral Prawn. In case you're unaware, it's a play on Grand Admiral Thrawn, from Star Wars. Alright. I hope they come sit around these barrels so I can hit them with a Mojo Strike. Hit some barrels as well. But as it is, we will par for the course, just pick off the weakest among them. Still kicking. Bob's still kicking. Bit of lag here. Bob's still up, but it looks like they've played right into my... I take it back. Bob's no longer with us. Rest in peace, Bob. But we can hit some of these barrels here. What do we want to make explode? We'll do these two closest to us. Mega hits. Perfect. My computer's going to absolutely love all this fire that gets rendered here. This is going to be great. Overwatch is putting in some work. I believe the Secret Trainer is one of the ones I can train another rank of that. That'll be great. One left. Take him out here real quick. Have to be a twofer, I think. Yep. Steve. I love that they gave these Lagoonies just simple regular names like Bob and Steve. That's funny to me.
Your persistence is incredible. I surrender.
Let's go talk to the prawn.
You've thwarted this component of the plan, but I assure you, we shall adjust. The Master's superior intellect shall triumph. Soon the Master's armies will surge forth from our hidden refuge. Any of you simple-minded fools who survive shall become our willing slaves.
They have a pretty high opinion of themselves, do they not?
Mormo is not afraid of you, little shrimp. Tell us where refuge is now.
Mormo with a smack talk, I like that. Can Po is always ready to just throw hands at the slightest word, and Mormo's out here just talking trash.
You want to go to the refuge? Predictable and pathetic. By all means, go. You'll find nothing there but your doom.
Before we find this...
A hidden door on the upper slopes is the only entrance. You'll need a key to enter. By all means, take mine. I am glad to send you to your doom.
Before we find this refuge, Dragonfly, we must destroy this ship. But not while we are on it. The solution is on the docks.
Alright, well let's go, let's destroy the ship and then head to the Prawn's secret refuge, and then I think that'll about take us to a good time.
The greatest fire comes from the smallest spark. That small gun will make a big boom.
I've tried to make the past couple episodes around about 30 to 45 minutes. I think that's probably a good amount of time for me to play in one sitting.
Good, Dragonfly. The fire of justice burns brightly. We must go to this refuge at once, Dragonfly. Are we strong enough to break the jaws of the shrimp's trap? We shall see.
Apologize for having to keep pausing here for the dialogue, but I don't want to skip over that too much. Oh man, I was hoping there was a... I didn't know that there was a life fountain here. I was hoping there was still one in Skull Island docks, but we'll just go to Skull Island. I've tried to keep these episodes between 30 and 45 minutes. That's not only a good amount of time for me to play in one sitting. It works out well, but I also think it's a nice digestible video length. If you guys want to see longer episodes, shorter episodes, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I think while I'm listening to all the dialogue, there will be some episodes that are just really dialogue heavy, and I would not want to have super short videos. I think having just 15-20 minute videos, you would get a lot of time where there's only 1 or 2 battles in a video, and I don't think that would be a super fun experience. But I don't know. You guys are consuming the videos, I'm just making them, so let me know. Let's see. The Red Hook Cave is here too, but I believe this quest will put us to level 8. And we're going to want to do that before we hit the Red Hook Cave, so we shall see. I will probably...
Here's the door. Let's use the shrimp's key.
I will probably have to... Look at this door. This doesn't seem like something that's super new that they made. This hidden refuge, I would assume that these prawns have been working in Skull Island. They've been planning for a little while, but that's just a theory.
This is evil placed. Mormo does not like it at all.
Now we see where the conspiracy began. That temple is where it shall end. We must defeat the Master.
Alright, well this will consist of this battle, and then, let's see if I can remember correctly. I believe 3 or 4 more before we get to the Master. So we'll be here for a minute. Let me get my VLOS, visual line of sight. Canpo can sit back there. I might have to adjust the length of the videos in the future, depending on my schedule, what I'm able to do, and also depending on the game. If we get to the later game, battles are going to take much longer than they do now. There might be times when I'll have to pause the recording. If there's one battle I can't get past and I have to strategize or have to do multiple attempts, I'm sure you guys would love to see me fail sometimes, but I will, if I just have to grind something over and over to get a specific set of powers or talents in order to progress through one battle, I probably will not record every single attempt, just because that would be super long and you'd just be sitting there watching me die over and over. But we'll see. That hasn't happened quite yet, so we'll just press on. These guys should not pose us too much of an issue. 2 down already. Maybe if I can tie the prawns back to Skull Island, if the prawns are from Skull Island originally, which I'm not really convinced they are. But if they are from Skull Island originally, maybe I'll make a video about talking about the lore of Skull Island in total and all of the native animals that we know are native to Skull Island, such as the Aztecosaurs, all of the shark clans, prawns. But I'm not totally sure if the prawns are native to Skull Island. I think it would be on theme, but I don't know. I'm not sure if there's that much history there. I'll have to look into it.
The way. If they trap us in this bowl, we're doomed.
Turn the right wheel and all barriers will fall away. That winch up there is the wheel we need.
Thank you, Canpo.
We've got to use the other winch. Let's go.
You shall never reach the Master's chamber. Stop them, my hulking minions.
Another prawn. I'm sure Krangor is a reference for something. I'm not exactly sure what it is. If you know what some of these prawns are references of, please let me know. I would love to know that for a future video. This will be a nice, easy one because there are only 3 enemies, and they are kind of far away. I'll go ahead and start with the prawn this time. He'll probably take a couple hits, but we don't start out with as many enemies, so not as much damage can be done to me, and it'll take them a minute to get over here, so this will be a good deal. Old Moose, nice. Old Moose skipped out on a battle or 2 there, but is back after a short rest. I'm going to guess right now, I think Old Moose has only missed a handful of battles since since they have, since I equipped them in episode 3 maybe, so I would assume that Old Moose's rate of joining the battle right now is probably 90%, I would assume, something like that. I'll have to calculate it later on. Great numbers, if I do say so myself. I know these battles, this gameplay is not the most riveting thing ever. I kind of alluded to it in the thumbnail and title of the last video, but I'm just kind of spamming Ghost Whale right now. That's my power of choice, my best ability, and the enemies aren't too strong right now.
Keep going. Winch is close.
The enemies aren't very strong, so I don't really need to do many damage protections, or I don't need to hide away or anything like that. And that will change, though, I assure you. Upcoming battles will become more difficult, and I'll have to try them a couple times, develop new strategies. It'll be fun. So just wait for that.
Winch stuck. Momo cannot move it. What to do now?
Knock down the stone, Dragonfly, and crush the winch. The gate will fall.
Just don't crush us.
Alright, well, don't stand underneath it then.
It worked. Let's go.
Nice. Wish I could just fly over with my wings here. They can't get me off the ground very far, but that'd be nice.
Minions! Finish these intruders now!
Reptanor, another. There are a bunch of them. Same battlefield as before, a similar fight. I can target some of them. Very nice. Nice, one down. Just hit this guy around the corner of this rock. Over the crate from downtown. Having unlimited range on Ghost Whale is a definite benefit. If I had to wait for them to come closer, it would be bad. It'll be difficult when these guys get in close, so big benefit. And hopefully I'll be able to take out both of these guys with a Mojo Storm. I should be able to. Sorry, Mojo Strike. We don't get Storm until later on. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, 102. That's alright, we'll take it. Gonna get off a hit here. Old Moose is back, as usual. Got my back. And we can hit down this prawn and head inside. I'm not sure why I can't use Ghost Whale right now, but I can use Hoodoo Touch. I assume it has to do with line of sight. I can't use Ghost Whale even though it has unlimited range. I cannot use Sniper Shot even though it has unlimited range. But I can use Hoodoo Touch with 3 range. Somebody, I wonder if you can hit this totally behind the rock. Somebody let me know. If you understand, I can't target him regularly, but Hoodoo Touch can. If you understand how that works, let me know. I have no idea. Good thing he comes closer so I can use my other abilities on him now. Old Moose is going to get out of the way. Oh. Alright, well we just saw Drain Magic go off, so that was my hat, and that Hoodoo Touch had decreased his critical chance. And I'll have to look back, but I believe that took away his negative buff and damaged me. I think that's what it did. I'll have to take a look. That's what it looked like it did. Very interesting. I still have no idea how it works. Should I know how it works? Probably, because I'm showing off that piece of gear, but I had zero clue. I'm glad we got to see it in action. That's kind of cool. It just happened automatically. I was thinking it was an ability, like a power that you could actually select. But it is not.
We have beaten guards. Time to meet the master.
I think we got one more before the master. Hang on, let me look at this real quick first. Drain magic. So I guess if anybody, including myself in an area around me, it could be an enemy, it could be myself, if they have a negative penalty, not a... so that's what they call it. If they have a penalty, it takes that away and it harms me, even if it's an enemy. But it'll drain any bonus they have, any buff they have, and heal me. Very interesting. I did not know that's how it works.
Accursed insects have come at last. You have ruined my scheme, but know this. Ye shall not be defeated. Ye prawns leave these skies before the coming of the sharks, before the scaly ones. Ye are the Kraken's favored ones, blessed by the Storm Titan.
Oh, okay, we're getting some really great lore, some really great history here. So yes, from what the master says, the prawns are native to Skull Island, and they were here even before the sharks, the cutthroats and threshers and hammerheads came here. Before the scaly ones, which I assume is a reference to the Aztecosaurs, which are a very ancient civilization. So from what the master's saying, the prawns here were one of the first animals to inhabit Skull Island. He talks about Krakens and Storm Titan, very awesome.
For too long we have waited outside, driven out by the accursed drakes, but no more. We shall have our vengeance.
I don't know, I'm not sure what drakes he's talking about. I know there are bone drakes, which are enemies that are like little skeleton dragons that you fight, but I'm not sure that's what he's talking about. I don't think there are any bone drakes in Skull Island.
Too much talk. Get jumbo shrimp.
Isn't that an oxymoron?
What you say, Mormo, is?
Enough of this! Minions, silence them permanently.
Alright, one more fight and then we'll get at the master. So very cool. Yep, the prawns were here first. That raises a lot of questions for me, but that'll be something cool to delve into. There are a lot of prawns here. This one, Natanzor, has the least health, so we'll go off after him first. Monador and Caridizino? I don't know. Something. That's a long name. Too long for me. I wonder if those are set names for these bosses, or if, like other common enemies, like cutthroats, there's usually a pool of names. There are a bunch of potential names that they just kind of randomly generate. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. Maybe these are all proper little bosses of their own. Old Moose, of course. I never doubted you for a second. These guys might have higher resist, but we're going to go after them anyway. I think they have the potential to put out more damage. I should have used Drain Magic again to see if... Not Drain Magic. I should have used Hoodoo Touch to see if that would activate again. Maybe I'll try it out next battle. I don't know if it's a 100% chance that it activates if someone has a Drain or debuff around you. I don't know. Well, now we won't get to tell, Old Moose. Thank you. We'll skip it for this fight. Come on, I'm one of you guys. I'm a shrimp, just like you. Can't you tell? Can't you tell? Now this shrimpy shelmet actually drops from the master from the next fight. So if you are interested in obtaining it for yourself, checking out this neat ability, I'm not sure if it's unique to this piece of gear. I believe so, because I don't think I've seen it elsewhere. But if you want to check this out, you'll have to come here and farm the master.
Inconceivable! How can you thick-skulled cretins dare oppose the genius of the prawns? I shall deal with you myself.
I like to believe this is a Princess Bride reference. Not 100% sure, but that would be awesome. Alright, ooh, almost ran in there without full health, which would have been a blunder, a folly. But we're good to go now. Let's do it, Master. Emperor Prawn. Alright.
The crystals block the way to our foe, Dragonfly. We must break our way through.
This one might be difficult because we need to defeat some crystals before we get at the Master. I think it'll probably be easiest just to defeat a couple of these guys first before we even get at the Master. Because it'll take me a little bit to break those crystals, and I don't want other enemies wailing on me, hitting me in the back at that time. So, good we got that guy down with one shot. Unfortunately, the Master can reach us even when we're behind some crystals, so we don't have that much time. Unfortunately, he's not hitting for very much. I think that was just a couple damage, less than 10 damage. But I still think it would be prudent to not have these Lagoonies slapping at me. Hopefully that plus Overwatch will help me deal with him. Let's see. Alright, that was 13 damage. Alright, my Overwatch activated on the other one, but that's okay. That's fine. We should be able to take both of these guys down with a Mojo Strike, and then we can get at the boss. Oh, I didn't even realize we could actually hit him with our Ghost Whale from here, but I'm not sure if we would have had enough, if we would have had enough damage with those 3 Ghost Whales to get him. We might have, I'm not sure. But I'm now committed to this line, so... Do we know? No. We shall never know. They're putting some hurting on me, so let me do a Jubu's Breath here, and then we can start hitting the Master. And hopefully we can kill him before he kills us. Good, that gets us back up close to full. A dodge is huge. Start giving him the business. Ouch. Can we hit him with our sniper shot? Yes, we can. Good damage. I think I'm going to have to run up a little bit closer now. Another dodge is huge. Alright, I'm going to run up here, and I'm going to see if I can... If I use my Hoodoo Touch on the Master, I wonder if he'll... Because I think he has this Drain... Yeah, he has Drain Magic as well. I should have looked closer. I don't know if all the prawns have that, or just him. I should have highlighted the other one. I don't know, but we'll see if... I'm going to hit him with this Hoodoo Touch and see if he does Drain Magic on himself. Unless it kills him. No critical, please. I want to see... This is for science. I want to see what happens. Okay, good. He's alive. So it decreases critical chance. Okay, there it is. You see that? He took 8 damage to take away his debuff, which is, I believe, what happened to me as well the other time. So, cool. Cool ability. Again, I'd love to see Drain Magic on a piece of late game gear. I think it would be really fun to see people actually use this in the late game, even if it's maybe people don't want this late game because it happens automatically. It could mess them up. So maybe people would want a really great piece of gear, and that Drain Magic would be kind of like a debuff or an undesirable thing they'd have to put up with for that great stat line.
Net-minded fools, this is not over. The prawns will have their vengeance.
Not, I think, today. Come on, let's go tell Mordecai the plot's been broken.
Alright, let's see what we got here. That's not going to be any helpful for us. I don't plan on doing very many things with melee weapons, maybe showing off a couple pieces of boss gear, but don't plan on that, and increased base strength does not help us either. And I know that the cave, the Red Hook Cave, is right here, but we're going to go back and talk to Mordecai because we want level 8 before we go in there, because that one will probably be a little bit difficult. He's up here. And a lot of lag here for all the, to load in all the Christmas trees and presents and stuff like that, all the cool Christmas event things.
You're back. Are the sharks defeated?
I'm pretty eloquent today, aren't I? All the things. All the Christmas event things. There we go, level 8. And we got our first practice point.
The shark's plot is defeated. Well done. You are a better fighter than you look. And the Threshers did not act alone? I knew it. Prawns. Strange. I've never heard of such creatures. Even in legends. Whatever war drove them out, it must have been fought long ago. Enough of that. I will send trusted men to stand watch over this hidden lair of theirs. They will never catch us unaware again, thanks to you. I will tell Captain Avery of your bravery. He will be pleased. Go now, and tell Jack he is made up for his mistake.
Cool, thank you, Mordecai. Alright, so next episode we will go to the Red Hook Cave. Let's go check real quick and see if our trainer has anything new for us. If you saw... Oh, there you go. Someone else is hanging out in Vadima. Sebastian. Stubborn Sebastian Stevenson is hanging out all the way down in Vadima realm, away from everybody else. Well, I'll leave him to walk his circles. When we got level 8, we got our first character practice point. And our practice point allows us to train abilities from other classes. So, let's see if we get anything for level 8. Good, we get Spooky level 1, which is awesome. This is going to increase the damage of our Ghost Whale, of our all of our magical attacks. So that is very good, very powerful. So I've been thinking, and there are 2 ways we could go with our first couple practice points. So we're going to look at our 2 options, and I'll let you guys comment down in the comments what you think. So the first one of the ways we could go is to train, we'd have to train Sneak Attack first, which we're not going to use, but then we would train Walk in Shadows. And Walk in Shadows allows you to hide for 3 turns, and then you get 2 times weapon power when you attack while you're hidden. Now, I think this would be incredibly useful because in later fights there's going to be multiple enemies I can't take out with just one shot, and being able to hide for 3 turns is going to be huge. I could press this hide, the enemies would not be able to attack me. I could take a whole turn to heal, to buff, whatever I wanted. I could take 2 turns if I wanted to, but then on that 3rd turn I could come out of hiding and I could attack with 2 times weapon power. Or I could take 2 turns if I get some poisons, or if there's a time, a damage over time effect, I just want to wear down the enemy. I could use this to, just for time, to stall, to put protections on myself, to heal up. I think Walk in Shadows would be very important. That is one of our options. Of course, we'd have to train Sneak Attack first, which would be somewhat useless to us. And the other direction we could go is going to be taught, by the Commodore over here in the Privateer's office. Now, usually as a Witchdoctor, I would not recommend training Backstab and Sneak Attack. Probably it would be better, generally, to train Gunnery and then Rouse. And you train this on most pirates, almost every character you'd want to train this. So Gunnery is not it doesn't deal a lot of damage, but it's an unlimited range AoE, area of effect attack. This would be good for just purely dealing damage. It would be okay for dealing damage. Not the best, but it would be fine. And then we would get to train another heal, a Rouse. And I think in the future, heals are going to be pretty important as well. I'll probably want to put lots of damage protections on myself to keep myself from getting too low, and then obviously I'll need to heal myself up when I get down there. And then this would also allow me to train, after Gunnery and Rouse, I could train Valor Shield, which is one of those damage protections, prevents 25% damage from hitting me. That's from all sources for 10 turns. So with the build that I plan on doing, the shooty staffy build, I have most of the other practice points, I have them accounted for. So I do not want to just automatically train. I don't think I can do both of these. It will either have to be Gunnery, Rouse, and then Valor's Shield, or it'll be over at the Swashbucklers, it'll be the attack and then the Walk in Shadows hide. So, let me know in the comments below which you would like to see me train. Again, I'm not going to be able to get them all right now. I only have one practice point, but I can start out. Which one might be most helpful, which one you would like to see me try out. And you know what? If I get farther in the game and everybody loves these videos and the set I choose is not working out, maybe I'll just reset my practice points. I'll have to spend some crowns, but not the end of the world, and try the other one. But let me know down below which you would like to see me try out. I hope you enjoyed this episode where we got to learn about the prawns. Old Moose joined us again. We got our Shrimpy Shellmet on, a really cool piece of equipment. And we've completed another one of the 3 Ghost Rat quests. And tomorrow we will take on the last one and see how we do. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to go over and try to catch Halbrad live. And I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.